unspeakable joy. As always, I'm your host, Dr. L.T. Lowranx, coming to you live from the L.T. Lowranx School of Ministry. We've got a special program today. Today we're going to take a moment to just recognize a very special young man who's doing amazing things in the world of ministry out there. And, wait just a minute. What? Oh my goodness. Hang on a minute. My producer's telling me that since the corona's still out there, I need to put my mask on. So hang on just a minute. Let me get my mask on here. So, hang on, I can't hardly get it around my head. So as I was saying, that we got a very special show. What? I gotta wear more than one. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. All right. As I was saying, we got to have a very special. You gotta be kidding me. Two's not enough. My goodness. What are you gonna tell me? I gotta wear 7 times 7? 70 times 7? How many masks have a man gotta wear? I mean, I've been saying rolling big on it for the last year. How many? And now I got one that looks like a pair of underwear. I mean, my goodness. I tell you what, I can't do this. I got on the whole armor of God. I got the whole armor of God on. I don't need a mask. I've been praying Corona be gone, and she's almost gone. So I'm glad of that. But anyway, why we're here today is not to talk about Corona. We've heard enough about that. But we're here today on March the 5th, 2021, to recognize a young man like there is no other. Today is the 40th birthday of one Jack Burgin. I said Jack Burgin Jr. I said J Quack, as some of you know him. I said the illustrious Jack Burgin. Today, 40 years, we celebrate 40 years of Jack Burgin being here on this planet Earth. You know, the story goes that 40 years ago today, when Jack Burgin came into this world, that he came into this world with a full beard. He came into this world with a hot wing in one hand, with a Dr. Pepper in another hand. I don't know if that's true or not, and I think when he came out, he was trying to start turning knobs and looking for PowerPoint. I don't know, but anyway, Jack Burgin, he's just one of the greatest ministry people out there. He serves the kingdom of God in ways like you never known, and I just thought here on the program it would be great to tell you today how much we love Jack Burgin. I tell you, there's nobody like Jack Burgin. I mean, he keeps the youth movement moving. I'm telling you, he keeps them moving. He kept 24/7 going 24/7. I tell you, he keeps the youth and the church things and the music and the preaching and all that over there at the Church of God there in Rincon. He keeps it rolling. And today, I just want to share you some of the things that I've been thinking about Jack Burgin. 40 years, excuse me, it's not wrong, it's just my voice. 40 years of running sound for the youth movement, running sound for the 24/7. I mean, he's back there turning them knobs and doing everything that he can. I tell you what, then he runs over there to the sanctuary. I tell you, I've seen him some days where he'll be in there trying to do something for the sanctuary, and somebody over there in Sunday school will come in there and tap on the glass and say, the TV won't cut on. Can you come over and cut the TV on? And 40 years of resetting the Wi-Fi, and 40 years of fixing computers and dismantling computers and upgrading computers, and probably, if you know the truth about it, cussing at the computer every now and then. I mean, haven't we all done that? Well, I know I haven't, because I'm not the real P. Lowry. But, you know, every now and then, I tell you what, he can take the computer, and just like Lazarus, Jesus raised Lazarus, he raised the computer from the dead. I tell you what, nothing like it. 40 years of Jack Burgin ain't hot wings. I mean, down there at the Wild Wing. I mean, some of them boys just like to meet him, but old Jack, he's down there hitting them brave hearts like ain't no tomorrow. I'm telling you, he's a brave heart himself. 40 years of being the fantasy football commissioner of the Rincon Church of God. I mean, he's just commissioning out there. He's telling them what to do. He's providing the rings for the winners. Just doing great. 40 years of making high school senior graduate picture videos. I mean, them videos when the seniors graduate and moms and daddies are sitting there squalling and they're crying, seeing their babies going from babies to 18 years old graduating, and Jack's back there just running the sound, smiling, and just saying, hey, I'm going to give everybody a cry. I mean, that makes a grown man cry right there. What it did. 40 years of beard growth. I'm telling you, that man could grow a beard overnight. I tell you what, here at the School of Ministry, I've never had much ability to grow a beard. But I tell you, old Jack Burgin, I tell you, he made Moses and Noah, he gave them a run for their money, no doubt about it. 40 years of not being married. I tell you what, some people might say, well, maybe Jack wanted to get married, but I tell you what, brother, I tell you, he's just like the Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul was too busy doing the work for the kingdom, and that Jack, he's too busy back there making sure them youth are saved. He's too busy making sure the sound's good and the media's good. He's too busy making sure everything's working right to worry about no woman. I tell you what, he can't worry about no woman when he's got his mind focused. See, just like the Apostle Paul, 40 years of being single. I tell you what, 40 years of going from one thing to the next. I tell you what, he had that media shout down and he talked to it and make it say you gonna behave today, and then he moved over to the appropriate center. I tell you what, and that brother, I tell you what, he's a flexible brother, because for so long he was a PC only man. I said he's a PC only. I said he'd go to pulpits all over this nation and preach about the PC. And then finally one day, I tell you what, he took a bite of the apple. I said just like Adam and Eve, he took a bite of the apple. But it wasn't a bad thing, it was a good thing, because it was the apple, and he got the Pro Presenter, and he got back there, and believe it or not, he said this is easier, and he's running that Pro Presenter, and he can do it with his eyes closed. He can do it. It's just amazing what he do. 40 years of making video announcements. I know now he turned it over to the youngsters. He learned how to delegate here at his old age in the 40s. But I tell you what, he made them video announcements, and he made them look good. I tell you, 40 years of chaperoning students at Winterfest. I tell you what, and middle schoolers, I don't know why, but it seems like Brother Kevin and Brother Woodard and all them brothers, they just put Brother Jack down there with them middle schoolers, and he gets them all walking straight and narrow, and he ain't never been late a day in his life. I tell you what, he's reading devotions, he's praying for them all night, he's prayer walking around their beds. I tell you what, he's just taking care of them middle schoolers. 40 years of running PowerPoints. I tell you what, he's running for Pastor Wayne Merritt, and now he's running for that lead pastor, that youngster down there who has like 100 PowerPoint slides every week. He don't complain, he just makes it happen. 40 years of doing characters. I mean, way back in the day, he did a mean Sodom Hussein. You need to see that sometime. He did a hip-hop guy with a big cock around him. Yeah, I mean, 40 years of Jack Burgin doing, and probably the thing he's known for, if he's known for anything more than his hard work and his dedication and the way he's always a man you can depend on. I tell you, you can depend on him. I tell you what, it's the fact that he has them gross food eating contests. My goodness, I tell you what, I don't know how he gets in the zone. He thinks about things you never thought about before. I mean, one year he had a boy eating cat food and Taco Bell sauce. He sent him home early with the diarrhea, I believe. I tell you what, he just does some gross foods like he never heard of before. 40 years of youth ministry and worship ministry, being in that booth, he's the one you can count on all the time. He'll be back there with that thick head of hair, that thick beard, that Dr. Pepper, with a fire in his eyes ready. So Jack Burgin, on behalf of all of us here at LT Lowranx School of Ministry, we just want to say to you, God bless you, brother. We thank you. We love you. We thank you for the years of ministry. And we think here at the 40-year mark, it's time for us to make a change here at the LT Lowranx School of Ministry. We want to offer you, Brother Jack, a 40-year contract to come here to the LT Lowranx School of Ministry and teach. And we want you to teach youth ministry. We want you to teach a track or two, a session or two on how to turn them knobs back there. We want to teach them how to run the PowerPoint in them churches that ain't got but 5 people in them. Teach them how to use the slides and the projectors and the transparencies, all those things. So we want to offer you that, Jack, to come here to School of Ministry and teach and be on the staff. We know you make a great asset, because I tell you what, if there's ever been a man who knows what to do, I know there's been a many times I've been preaching, and I say, can I have a little more monitor? And brother, I say, give me more monitor. He turns it up and it don't feed back and squeal, and there's very few people who can turn up the monitor and it not feed back and squeal. But I tell you what, and for all of you who are watching today, we got some 40 gifts for you today. I tell you what, for a little gift of $40 or more today, we'll send you one of these masks that I wore. An official LT Lowranx School of Ministry mask. We'll send it to you. If you will give us a little gift of $40 or more, you can have any kind you want, and we'll do that. But if you make a pledge today to give a gift of $40 for the next 40 years, if you'll make that pledge today, then I have something very special. Speaking of Jack Burgin's 40th birthday, many years ago, that thing right here, this analog board, was removed from the chesticle of one Jack Burgin. It was pulled right out of his chest. It was the analog device that ran him like the Energizer Bunny. He went all digital back in 2014 in his chest. They put a new one in there. But this one can be available for you for a love gift of $40 for the next 40 years, and I know you'll probably want to get that. So that's available to you if you contact us today. As you know, all these other products you see over my shoulder are always available right there on the website. Will there be animals in heaven? 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, devil, go, heaven, yes, hell no. And one of the most famous sermons of all time that is still not to be answered, we don't know yet, is Hillary Clinton, the Antichrist, by Dr. L.T. Lowranx. These all available in cassette form. We've moved up to cassette form, and you can get those right there on the website. Thank you for being with us today. Happy birthday, Brother Jack Burgin. We look forward to having you here on staff at the L.T. Lowranx School of Ministry. Keep growing the